See, tonight is the night we will talk about that other action type. All right, we've avoided it long enough. This is the time on DSAR we're finally going to talk about a Mauser. In this case, a Spanish M43. And this particular one is Spanish Air Force issue. So, the Spanish have quite a long history with the Mauser action. They started off with the 1893 in the big long rifle configuration in 7mm Mauser, a fantastic cartridge. Then the 1895 was their first development of a carbine, the offshoots of that being the 1913 and the 1916 short rifles, of which many of the features you see here were initially developed. So, in 1943, when the Spanish transitioned from 7mm Mauser to 8mm Mauser, that sparked the 1916 and 1913 short rifles to be reconfigured as the M44 and the M43. This is an M43. Couple of features of the M43. Let's run through them. First of all, it's quite a short and handy rifle. The barrel is about 21 inches. Okay. Up the front, we have the bayonet lug for the standard Mauser pattern bayonets, the milled H pattern band, and we have, being a short rifle or carbine, a side sling mount familiar to the K98 family. Got some grasping grooves there, and the one thing the Spanish did really intelligently is they have a full, well, certainly a more decent top guard than anything the Germans came out with the K98. That gives you plenty of places to put your fingies without burning yourself. Sights, the standard sliding affair. The front sight is unfortunately a barleycorn arrangement with a very shallow U-notch in the rear, which means you really can't actually get a decent sight picture until your sights are set at about 300, 400 yards. Sorry, meters in this case. The other feature that makes the M44 and 43 series unique was about in 1913, they actually added these protective wings to the front sight. That's a feature you don't find on very many Mausers, and is arguably one of the smartest things done by the Spanish, which makes this overall package of the M43/44, again, a unique set of features that could just about be, the best of breed for the European Mausers. On the receiver, we have the Spanish Air Force crest, serial numbers and all that good stuff. The action itself, typical Mauser. Although they were upgrading older types, they brought them up to the M43/44 spec, which included grinding out the charger loading thumb gap. Now, a quick point on chargers for any of your Mauser family. There is dozens of different types out there. That is a Swedish, which works for my Springfield. As you can see, it does not work in this particular charger bridge. This is some brass ones. I don't know what they're originally off, but this one does fit. There is also the standard NATO ones. They will work in some variants of Mauser and not in others. This is the joys of cottage manufacture. Different factories had different tolerances for everything. All Mausers, and particularly the Spanish, because they were cobbling together from multiple different manufacturers, did interesting things. So try every stripper clip you can get your hands on to find what works for your particular gun. Now, you noticed the idiot stop is not operational on this rifle. That's because we've inserted a small piece of orange plastic under the magazine to enable us to cycle the action, as I've now dropped it under the floor plate. Everything is now back to normal. Straight bolt handle, kind of a thing on Mausers. The M44s, I do believe, did have turned down bolt handles, K98 style, with the necessary scallop in the stock. This being M43 has a straight bolt handle. Arguably, as much as we all hate sticky outy bolt handles because they're dumb, when it comes to a Mauser, you kind of need it to get the mechanical advantage you need to cycle the rifle, particularly with steel cased ammo or when overexpansion is a bit of an issue, the rifle gets hot and heavy. There is bugger all primary extraction on these rifles. So you kind of need all the mechanical advantage you can to unlock that action, set the primary extraction, and get it out of there. That often results in the tendency to palm the rifle. Cock on opening, okay, design, that's another spring you've got to overcome on that updraft. Trigger, standard Mauser affair, bottom metal, nothing really to show there, including the locking screws. And we have a bit of a pistol grip stock there, which is actually quite nice to use, which is not common on all variants of Mauser. And then butt plate, just a sheet of metal over the top. Personally, I would not look forward to firing this rifle. Short barrel like this in 8mm, it's gonna hurt a lot, that big 193 grain projectile. We haven't fired this one yet. We've only just picked it up. It was another bargain basement price collection from the Australian Arms Auction for 2020. So we look forward to getting out to the range and seeing what it can do. But what we do have here with the Spanish M43 is a set of features which are arguably some of the best of the various families of Mauser that are out there. Not quite as good as the Springfield, but probably the best of all the European features. I hope you've enjoyed the overview on the Spanish model 1943. Please like and subscribe, and we'll get some footage of this thing out at the range at some time to you soon.